What is good, guys? M.V.K here. How's everybody doing on your end? And here to talk some news. Looks like the new Avengers are returning. New Avengers again. You heard right, new Avengers. What's very interesting about this team is they had a different name before it was called New Avengers. You see, a while before, I was on Marvel.com, as I'm always. Whenever I'm getting my news from comics, I'm always on Marvel.com, DC.com, Image.com, Dynamite, all these different sites. Before even the comic sites, I'm on their site first. And of course, I first posted this on my social media, and I was like, new Thunderbolts, huh? New Thunderbolts, interesting. And it had the same title with the little asterisk or so at the end of it, similar to the movie. And on this team was Bucky, Black Widow, Namor, the Hulk, Clea, Wolverine, Laura, and Carnage. Eddie Brock Carnage. 7 members. I wish it was 8. You guys know me about odd number teams. I got an OCD about odd number teams. But anyway, not too long ago, matter of fact, recently they announced that the name was changing. It was now being called New Avengers. Interesting lineup, don't you think? I have no problem with it because odds are I'm going to be reading this. This comes out in June. Problem that I have with it is this. It is influenced way too much from the current movies right now. It's influenced way too much from the current Thunderbolts movie. And if you've seen Thunderbolts, then you know what I'm talking about. I haven't put my review up yet, but I will. Having said that, the lineup is fine. It's going to be interesting to see how they write and portray this, especially with the Hulk and Namor being on the team. Oh my God, Bucky and Widow is going to have a handful with them just alone. But it's a very interesting. When it comes to the New Avengers, if you look at all the different iterations of the New Avengers, they've always stayed pretty much very self-conscious of the characters. They always have more of the well-known characters on the team, from a Captain America or a Spider-Man or Wolverine or something like that. The original lineup was cool when Bendis first dropped the first run after Avengers Disassemble. Cap, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Luke Cage, Spider-Woman, Wolverine, Echo came on later. She was called Ronin, and of course the Sentry, of course. And then over the years the iteration changed, but they still stayed with very familiar characters. But if you look at this lineup, it's very different but interesting. But more importantly, it goes back to what I said earlier. If you don't think, and I posted this on my social media account and I wanted to get a conversation going, if you don't think that now more than ever that the comics, the creative teams and comics are more influenced by the cinematic universe, you are blind or you don't see it. Yes, I understand it's a business and you want, but we're seeing too much now that the movies are influencing the comics, and that should be vice versa. And if you don't buy that, look at all the Deadpool, Wolverine series that are out there. I think there's a fourth one coming out soon, where it has Deadpool, his daughter, Wolverine, and Laura all together. That sounds fun though, but still, I'm like, wow. Going back even further, when they did Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings, Gene Yang, who wrote this long Shang-Chi run, which was great, the last part, the last run that he did, he had Shang-Chi with the 10 rings. And I'm like, wait a minute. The 10 rings were just supposed to be the 10 rings of money. You know, just a different version of it. But they incorporated it. We have seen more and more time that the comics, the source material, is being more influenced by the cinematic universe. And it makes me wonder, is it the creative teams more behind it, or is it just the editors in chief are saying, hey, if you do this, we got this movie coming out, we need something to buzz, we need to give that movie a buzz. And believe it or not, I'm starting to believe more and more that's the truth, because they did the Captain America, and what's out, there's a mini series with Sam and Red Hulk, and I'm like, okay. And we've seen more and more of this. I like to have a blend of both, but I'm seeing too much of creative being influenced by the cinematics, where the cinematics are supposed to be influenced by the source material. But I do like this. This is very interesting. But at the same time, I cannot see what I just said. This is too much influenced by the cinematics, especially after what we saw in the Thunderbolts movie. If you know, you know. I'm just saying is that I like a combination of both, but I'm seeing too much of this. It really is. You're seeing much of this more on Marvel's end. Not too much on DC, but Marvel, definitely. And nobody can tell me any differently. Though I like it, I cannot not deny. That's all I'm saying. But with that being said, this new Avengers team is interesting, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they have in store. I think Bucky and Bucky and Black Widow are co-leading this team, and I just want to know how they're going to keep the Hulk and Namor in check. That's going to be interesting. Is Clea going to help out? I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing that. I'm looking forward to seeing also how Hulk is going to get along with Laura, because Hulk say, like, I know your father, I know your father, and all that. I'm looking for that. And the oddball out of this is Eddie Brock Carnage, because for anybody who doesn't know why Carnage, that is Eddie Brock. That's not Cletus Cassidy. That's Eddie Brock. And I have not read the Eddie Brock Carnage. I want to read it in trade, so I don't know how that's going to play out. But he's the oddball. He is the odd one out. But we'll just have to see, don't we? Listen, guys, leave your comments in the section down below and tell me, am I tripping? Am I just over analyzing too much of the stuff? Or do you feel the same way I am? Do you see more of the movies influencing the source material? And if you do, give me your explanation. But I like to hear what you guys have to say. And with that being said, you guys take care. I will see you guys next time. As always, will you be checking out new Avengers? I will. Most likely I will. I'll see you guys next time. Deuces.